Have you been told you need to walk 30 minutes a day for good health, but find that challenging due to joint pain, breathing issues, or simply not having the stamina? Perhaps you felt discouraged or even guilty when you can't meet that standard recommendation. Today, I have encouraging news that might completely change how you think about exercise after 70. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from SolidSeniors. If you enjoy this video, please type "solid" in the comments. If you don't like it, type "liquid" to let me know so I can make better videos for you. Recent research has revealed something remarkable: brief bursts of movement throughout the day, what scientists now call micro-exercises, can provide many of the same health benefits as longer continuous exercise sessions. In fact, for adults over 70, these shorter movement snippets might actually be more beneficial in some ways, particularly for maintaining everyday function and independence. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who accumulated short bouts of physical activity throughout their day showed better mobility, stronger grip strength, and improved balance compared to those who did the same total amount of exercise in one continuous session. This finding has revolutionary implications for how we should approach physical activity in our later years. Today, I'll share 6 evidence-backed micro-exercises specifically designed for adults over 70 that can be done in just 2 to 5 minutes each, multiple times throughout your day. These aren't simplified versions of younger people's workouts, they're targeted movements that address the specific physical challenges that become more important as we age. Balance, strength, mobility, and cardiovascular health. What makes these micro-exercises particularly valuable is their practicality. They fit easily into your existing routine, require no special equipment, and can be modified for nearly any physical limitation. Most importantly, they provide significant health benefits even if you never work up to that continuous 30-minute walk that might seem unattainable. Let's start with the first micro-exercise, the kitchen counter push-up. This simple movement strengthens your chest, shoulders, and arms, muscles crucial for everyday activities like pushing yourself up from a chair, carrying groceries, or lifting grandchildren. Unlike traditional push-ups that require getting down on the floor, this version is done standing, using your kitchen counter for support. Begin by standing facing your kitchen counter, about arm's length away. Place your hands shoulder-width apart on the edge of the counter. Keep your back straight and core engaged as you bend your elbows, lowering your chest toward the counter. Push back to the starting position. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 8 to 12 repetitions, rest for 30 seconds, then repeat for a second set if you feel able. The entire exercise takes just 2 to 3 minutes but provides significant strengthening benefits for your upper body. For those with greater strength, you can increase the challenge by using a lower surface like a sturdy coffee table or desk. For those with less strength, a higher surface like a wall provides more support. What makes this micro-exercise particularly effective is that it strengthens multiple muscle groups simultaneously while being gentle on joints. The angled position reduces the amount of body weight you're lifting compared to a traditional floor push-up, making it accessible even for those with limited upper body strength or wrist discomfort. Try incorporating this into your routine twice daily. Perhaps while waiting for your morning coffee to brew and again while preparing dinner. This frequency provides optimal stimulation for maintaining and building muscle tissue, which becomes increasingly important after 70 when we naturally lose about 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade without resistance training. The second micro-exercise is the sit to stand, which strengthens your legs and core, muscles essential for maintaining independence in daily activities. This movement directly translates to the functional ability to rise from chairs, toilets, and car seats without assistance, one of the most important skills for continued independence. Begin by sitting in a sturdy chair with armrests. Place your feet flat on the floor, slightly wider than hip-width apart. Lean slightly forward from your hips, this is important for proper technique. Using the armrests for support if needed, push through your heels to stand up completely. Pause at the top, then control your movement as you sit back down. That's 1 repetition. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions, which takes about 2 minutes to complete with proper form. As you build strength, try using the armrests less, eventually working toward doing the movement without upper body assistance. For those who find this challenging, a higher seat makes the movement easier. For those seeking more challenge, a lower seat increases the work required. What makes this micro-exercise so valuable is its direct correlation to a fundamental movement pattern we perform multiple times daily. By specifically strengthening the muscles used in standing up and sitting down, you're directly supporting your ability to remain independent in one of the most basic daily functions. Try incorporating this micro-exercise 3 to 4 times throughout your day, perhaps each time you get up to use the bathroom or before meals. This frequency not only builds strength but also reinforces proper movement patterns that reduce fall risk and joint strain during these transitions. The third micro-exercise is countertop heel raises, which strengthen your calf muscles and improve ankle stability, factors crucial for balance, walking efficiency, and reducing fall risk. This simple movement also improves blood circulation in your lower legs, which can help reduce swelling and discomfort for those with circulation issues. Begin by standing facing your kitchen counter or another sturdy surface, holding lightly for balance. Stand with feet hip-width apart, weight evenly distributed. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet as high as comfortable, hold briefly at the top, then lower your heels back to the floor with control. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions, which takes about 2 minutes including brief rest periods. Focus on smooth, controlled movements rather than speed. For additional challenge, try holding the raised position for 3 to 5 seconds before lowering, or attempt a few repetitions on 1 foot at a time if your balance allows. What makes this micro-exercise particularly effective is that calf muscles serve as secondary hearts, helping pump blood back up from your feet and lower legs to reduce swelling and improve circulation. The movement also maintains ankle mobility and strength, which tends to decline with age but remains crucial for stable walking and balance. Try incorporating heel raises 2 to 3 times daily, perhaps while brushing your teeth, washing dishes, or waiting for something to heat in the microwave. This frequency helps maintain both strength and the circulatory benefits throughout the day. The fourth micro-exercise is seated marching, which improves hip flexor strength and core stability while providing gentle cardiovascular benefits. This movement is particularly valuable for those who find standing exercises challenging due to balance concerns, joint pain, or fatigue. Begin by sitting toward the front half of a sturdy chair, with good posture and feet flat on the floor. Place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair for stability if needed. Lift your right knee up toward your chest as high as comfortable while maintaining good posture, then lower it back down. Repeat with your left knee. Continue alternating legs in a marching motion. Start with 30 seconds of continuous marching, rest for 15 to 30 seconds, then repeat for another 30 seconds if able. The entire exercise takes just 2 minutes but provides both strength and mild cardiovascular benefits. Focus on maintaining good posture throughout, avoid leaning back as you lift your knees. For additional challenge, try lifting your knees higher, adding a slight forward lean from your hips, while maintaining a straight back. Or extending the duration to 45 to 60 seconds per set. For those with knee discomfort, a smaller range of motion is perfectly acceptable, even lifting your feet just a few inches provides benefits. What makes this micro-exercise particularly valuable is its accessibility for nearly everyone, regardless of fitness level or mobility limitations. It gently elevates your heart rate while strengthening hip flexors, muscles that weaken with prolonged sitting but are essential for walking and stair climbing. Try incorporating seated marching 3 to 4 times throughout your day, perhaps during television commercials, while on the telephone, or whenever you've been sitting for an extended period. This frequency provides both the strength benefits and regular cardiovascular stimulation that supports heart health. The fifth micro-exercise is wall angels, which improve posture, shoulder mobility, and upper back strength. Factors that tend to decline with age but remain crucial for comfortable movement, breathing capacity, and reducing neck and shoulder pain. This gentle movement counteracts the forward hunched position many seniors develop over time. Begin by standing with your back against a wall, feet about 6 inches from the wall, knees slightly bent. Your head, upper back, and buttocks should touch the wall. Place the backs of your arms against the wall at shoulder height, elbows bent at 90 degrees, like a goal post position. Slowly slide your arms up the wall while keeping your elbows, wrists, and back in contact with the wall. Slide back down to the starting position. That's 1 repetition. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions, which takes about 2 to 3 minutes including brief rest periods. Focus on maintaining contact between your arms and the wall throughout the movement. This is more important than how high you raise your arms. For many seniors, even keeping the arms against the wall in the starting position provides significant benefit for posture and shoulder mobility. For those who find the standing version challenging, a seated version against a high-backed chair provides similar benefits. For additional challenge, try holding a small ball or rolled towel between your hands during the movement, which engages the muscles between your shoulder blades more intensely. What makes this micro-exercise particularly valuable is its direct counteraction to the forward-rounded posture that develops from activities like reading, using computers or phones, watching television, and driving. This posture correction improves breathing capacity, reduces strain on the neck and shoulders, and can even help with balance by improving your center of gravity alignment. Try incorporating wall angels 2 to 3 times daily, perhaps after meals or whenever you notice yourself slouching. This frequency helps reinforce proper posture throughout the day while gradually improving shoulder mobility and upper back strength. The 6th micro-exercise is ankle alphabet, which improves ankle mobility, foot strength, and lower leg circulation, factors crucial for balance, walking efficiency, and reducing fall risk. This gentle movement is particularly valuable for those with arthritis in the feet or ankles, or anyone who experiences stiffness or swelling in the lower extremities. Begin by sitting comfortably in a chair with good posture. Extend one leg slightly, keeping your thigh supported on the chair. Using your foot and ankle, write the alphabet in the air, making the letters as large and distinct as comfortable. The movement should come from your ankle, not your leg. After completing the alphabet, or as many letters as comfortable, repeat with the other foot. This exercise takes about 3 to 4 minutes to complete both feet and provides remarkable benefits for ankle mobility and circulation. Focus on making the movements as precise as possible, which enhances the neurological benefits for balance and coordination. For those with limited ankle mobility, even small movements provide significant benefits. The goal is controlled movement through your available range of motion, not forcing uncomfortable positions. For additional challenge, try performing the exercise with your foot slightly elevated on a small stool or cushion, which increases the work for your ankle muscles. What makes this micro-exercise particularly valuable is its combination of mobility, strength, and neurological benefits. The varied movements in multiple directions improve proprioception, your body's awareness of its position in space, which is fundamental for balance and coordinated movement. The exercise also pumps fluid through your ankle joint, which can reduce stiffness and discomfort for those with arthritis. Try incorporating the ankle alphabet 2 to 3 times daily, perhaps while watching television, talking on the phone, or after periods of sitting. This frequency helps maintain mobility throughout the day while providing regular circulation benefits to reduce swelling in the lower legs and feet. Now that we've explored all 6 micro-exercises, let's discuss how to implement them effectively in your daily routine. The key to success with this approach is integration rather than addition, weaving these brief movements into your existing activities rather than trying to carve out separate exercise time. Consider creating what behavioral scientists call habit stacks, linking these new micro-exercises to existing daily habits to make them more automatic. For example, you might do kitchen counter push ups while waiting for your coffee to brew each morning, sit to stands before each meal, heel raises while brushing your teeth, seated marching during television commercials, wall angels after checking the mail, and ankle alphabet while talking on the phone. This integration approach makes consistency much more achievable than trying to remember to do separate exercise sessions. The environmental cues from your existing routines trigger the new movement habits, making them increasingly automatic over time. Start with just 2 or 3 of these micro-exercises that address your specific needs or interests. Once those become comfortable parts of your routine, add the others gradually. This progressive approach prevents overwhelm and builds sustainable habits. Even implementing just 3 of these exercises consistently provides significant benefits compared to remaining sedentary. Track your progress in whatever way feels motivating rather than burdensome. This might be as simple as check marks on a calendar, notes in a journal, or using the timer on your phone to gradually extend the duration of certain exercises. The key is noticing improvements in how the movements feel and how they translate to daily activities rather than focusing solely on numbers or repetitions. Be patient with the process of establishing these new movement habits. Research suggests it takes about 66 days on average for new behaviors to become automatic, though this varies widely between individuals. During this establishment phase, you might need to rely more on intentional reminders. Eventually, these micro-exercises will become as automatic as other daily habits like brushing your teeth. It's also worth noting that these micro-exercises provide cumulative benefits when practiced consistently. While you might not notice dramatic changes in the first week, the improvements in strength, mobility, and function compound over time. Many seniors report significant improvements in everyday activities after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice, finding it easier to rise from chairs, reach overhead items, maintain balance while dressing, or walk more comfortably. Let's address some common questions and challenges related to implementing these micro-exercises. First, many seniors wonder whether such brief movement sessions can really provide meaningful benefits compared to traditional exercise recommendations. The research is clear: for adults over 70, frequent brief movement throughout the day often provides greater functional benefits than single longer sessions, particularly for those who find continuous exercise challenging. A study from the University of California found that older adults who accumulated 30 minutes of physical activity in 3-minute bouts throughout the day showed greater improvements in daily function compared to those who did 30 continuous minutes, even though the total activity time was identical. This finding reflects the importance of breaking up sedentary time rather than just accumulating exercise minutes. Others ask whether these exercises are safe for those with chronic conditions like arthritis, heart disease, or osteoporosis. In most cases, these gentle movements are not only safe but beneficial for managing these conditions. The exercises can be modified to accommodate individual limitations while still providing important benefits. However, it's always wise to check with your healthcare provider, particularly if you experience pain during any movement or have recently had surgery or a significant health event. For those with balance concerns, all of these exercises can be performed with appropriate support, holding onto counters, chair backs, or walls as needed. Safety should always be the priority, and using support doesn't diminish the benefits of the movements. As your strength and confidence improve, you might gradually reduce your reliance on support, but there's no rush to do so. Some seniors express concern about remembering to do these exercises throughout the day. Visual reminders can be helpful during the habit formation phase. Perhaps sticky notes in relevant locations, a reminder on your phone, or even colored dot stickers placed strategically around your home that prompt you to do a specific exercise when you see them. For those who live with partners or family members, consider inviting them to join you in these micro-exercises. Social support significantly increases adherence to new health behaviors, and these movements can be done together regardless of different fitness levels. Many seniors find that having an exercise buddy provides both accountability and enjoyment that supports long-term consistency. Weather and seasonal changes present minimal barriers to these exercises since they're all performed indoors. This consistency throughout the year provides significant advantages over outdoor walking programs that might be interrupted by extreme temperatures, precipitation, or concerns about ice and falling. Let's explore how these micro-exercises can be adapted for different health conditions and ability levels, making them truly accessible for everyone over 70. For those with arthritis, particularly in the knees or hands, each exercise can be modified while maintaining its benefits. With kitchen counter push UPS, you might use a higher surface like a wall instead of a counter, reducing the weight load on your wrists. For sit-to-stands, using a higher, firmer chair with armrests allows you to control how much weight your knees bear. With ankle alphabet, reducing the range of motion to stay within your comfort zone still provides significant mobility benefits. Margaret from Pennsylvania shared that her rheumatoid arthritis had made her believe exercise was no longer possible. "My doctor kept telling me to stay active, but everything hurt," she told us. After starting with modified versions of these micro-exercises, she gradually built strength around her affected joints. "I'm not pain-free, but I'm much more mobile now, and the stiffness that used to take hours to work through in the morning is significantly reduced." For those with heart conditions or breathing issues like COPD, these micro-exercises offer a perfect solution because they can be performed at a controlled pace with rest periods as needed. The brief nature of each exercise prevents the cardiovascular system from becoming overstressed, while still providing enough stimulus for improvement. The seated marching exercise is particularly valuable, as you can easily adjust the pace and height of your knee lifts to match your breathing capacity. Robert, who has lived with COPD for 8 years, found that traditional exercise recommendations left him gasping for breath and discouraged. "Breaking movement into these small chunks throughout my day has been revolutionary," he said. "I can do a minute or two, catch my breath completely, and then do a bit more later. I've built up surprising strength and endurance this way, without ever pushing my breathing to uncomfortable levels." For those with osteoporosis or concerns about bone density, these weight-bearing exercises provide gentle resistance that helps maintain bone strength. The wall angels and kitchen counter push UPS are particularly beneficial as they engage the upper back and arms, areas where fractures are common in those with osteoporosis. The controlled nature of these movements minimizes fracture risk while still providing the mechanical loading that bones need to maintain density. Dr. Marilyn Chen, an osteoporosis specialist, explains, "Many seniors with osteoporosis avoid exercise for fear of fractures, but this actually accelerates bone loss." These gentle, controlled micro-exercises provide appropriate mechanical stimulation for bone maintenance without high-impact movements that might pose fracture risks. For those with balance concerns or fear of falling, all 6 exercises can be performed with stable support. The kitchen counter push UPS and countertop heel raises already incorporate support, while seated marching and ankle alphabet are performed sitting down. Even wall angels provide the stability of constant contact with a supportive surface. The sit-to-stand exercise, which directly improves the strength needed for balance, can be performed with a higher chair and armrests until confidence builds. Helen, who had developed a fear of falling after a hip fracture, found that these supported exercises gradually rebuilt her confidence along with her strength. "I started with the seated exercises and those I could do while holding onto my kitchen counter," she shared. "After about 2 months, I noticed I was naturally standing more steadily, and the fear that had been limiting my activities began to fade." For those with cognitive challenges or memory concerns, the integration of these exercises into existing routines is particularly valuable. By linking movements to daily activities, like doing heel raises while brushing teeth or kitchen counter push UPS while waiting for the microwave, the environmental cues trigger the exercise habit, reducing the cognitive load of remembering to exercise. William, who cares for his wife with early-stage Alzheimer's, shared that incorporating these movement snippets throughout their day has benefited them both. The structure of connecting specific movements to regular activities has helped maintain her physical abilities while providing predictable routine that reduces her anxiety, he explained. "And as her caregiver, these brief exercises help me maintain the strength I need to assist her when necessary." For those with limited energy due to conditions like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, or recovery from illness, the brief nature of these exercises prevents energy depletion while still providing movement benefits. The ability to spread activity throughout the day allows for complete recovery between sessions, making movement sustainable even on lower energy days. Susan, who has managed fibromyalgia for decades, found traditional exercise recommendations impossible to maintain. "I'd try to do 30 minutes of activity and then be bedridden for 3 days recovering," she explained. "These micro-exercises allow me to do just enough to benefit without triggering a flare-up. On my better days, I might do each exercise 3 or 4 times, on harder days, maybe just once or twice. But I'm always doing something, and that consistency has gradually improved my overall function." This adaptability to changing energy and ability levels is perhaps one of the most valuable aspects of the micro-exercise approach. Unlike rigid exercise programs that you either complete or fail, this flexible approach allows you to adjust daily while still maintaining the consistency that drives improvement. Let's also address the social and emotional benefits of this approach to movement. Many seniors report that traditional exercise recommendations left them feeling inadequate or discouraged when they couldn't meet the standards. This negative emotional experience often led to avoiding movement altogether, creating a downward spiral of decreasing function. The micro-exercise approach, by contrast, builds positive experiences with movement. The achievable nature of these brief activities creates frequent, success experiences that build confidence and positive associations with physical activity. This psychological shift from exercise as obligation to movement as opportunity can transform your relationship with your body and physical activity. Dorothy, who recently celebrated her 85th birthday, shared that these micro-exercises helped her overcome a lifetime of negative associations with exercise. "I was always the last one picked for teams in school, and I've felt physically inadequate my whole life," she told us. "But these small movements that I can do successfully multiple times a day have shown me that my body is still capable and responsive. For the first time in my life, I feel physically competent rather than deficient." This improved relationship with movement and your body often extends to other areas of health as well. Many seniors report that once they begin experiencing success with these micro-exercises, they become more motivated to address other aspects of their health, from nutrition to sleep habits to social engagement. Success breeds success, creating an upward spiral of well-being. As we conclude our exploration of these 6 micro-exercises, I want to emphasize that the goal isn't perfection but progress. Some days you might complete all 6 exercises multiple times, other days, perhaps just 2 or 3 exercises once each. Both scenarios represent success because you're maintaining the movement habit and providing your body with the stimulus it needs to preserve function. Remember that consistency over time matters far more than intensity in any single session. Dr. Harper notes that, for adults over 70, the research clearly shows that regular, moderate movement distributed throughout the day provides greater functional benefits than occasional intense exercise. These micro-exercises embody that principle perfectly. I encourage you to begin today with just 1 or 2 of these movements that address your specific needs or interests. Perhaps the sit to stand if getting up from chairs has become challenging, or the ankle alphabet if you've noticed increased stiffness in your feet and ankles. Start where you are, with what feels most relevant to your daily life. As these first movements become comfortable habits, gradually add the others until you've created a comprehensive movement practice that supports your strength, mobility, balance, and circulation, all without ever needing to set aside a 30-minute block for exercise, or push through pain or exhaustion. The beauty of this approach is that it honors the body you have today while gently supporting its continued function and independence. It recognizes that movement doesn't need to be intense or prolonged to be beneficial. Most importantly, it transforms physical activity from an all-or-nothing obligation into an accessible, sustainable part of daily life. What stood out to you the most from our discussion today? Which of these micro-exercises do you see yourself incorporating into your daily routine? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned in this video and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content that supports healthy, independent aging. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Remember, you don't need to walk for 30 minutes straight to experience the benefits of physical activity. These 6 micro-exercises, kitchen counter push UPS, sit-to-stands, countertop heel raises, seated marching, wall angels, and ankle alphabet, provide a practical, effective alternative that can be adapted to any ability level and integrated seamlessly into your existing routine. Movement is medicine at any age, and these small doses throughout your day can yield remarkable benefits for your strength, mobility, balance, and overall well-being. As one of our 92-year-old viewers recently told us, it's never too late to start, and never too small to count. Those words of wisdom perfectly capture the spirit of the micro-exercise approach: accessible, sustainable movement that supports your independence and quality of life for years to come.